Good morning, families. So I'll be posting some videos for our projects that you guys can do at home, hopefully. Most of them will be consisting of construction paper, markers, paint, probably watercolor paint, so stuff that are pretty common at home. If you guys can find that stuff at home, that's fine. And if you can find a video of another art project online somewhere or instructions, totally fine too. Yeah, that is that. It's just kind of giving you guys some more things you can do at home with your kids. So for this one, we're gonna make just a tree, little scene with a handprint for the tree. And I added some extra stuff to it. So just to save paper, well, first off, I have blue paper, brown paper for the tree, green paper for the grass at the bottom, and then I have watercolor paint. For just to save paper, for this as I'm doing the example, I'm just using strips of paper from the handprint that I did. Obviously, I know some of our kids don't like having their hand traced, or it's not that hard, not that easy to get their hand traced. So if that's an issue, that's fine. They can just do strips of paper, totally flexible. So yeah, so just basically starting with gluing all of the paper onto the blue construction paper. I just have a glue stick. And we know it's a tree, so it can kind of be flexible with how the tree branches go on, because you're going to be painting over it anyway. Oops. As we go through, and like I said, I'll be doing a couple videos or our projects. I'll share that stuff with you guys on Blooms a couple times during the week. We do art once or twice during the week, usually anyway. So sometimes they may be me doing the videos, or if I find something that is online that I think would be fun and kind of easy for you guys to do at home, I'll share those instead. So yeah, but all of this stuff will be shared through Blooms. All right, so have the tree on there. Doesn't look pretty, doesn't have to. That is totally okay. And so pulling out the paint. For the example, I'm just doing green paint. I know sometimes our kids like to do something completely different. If they want to do a yellow tree, red tree, a green tree with other colors on it, totally okay. When at school, they don't really have to do exactly how we do the art projects. So as I'm painting it on, I'm just kind of making it very not perfect, not neat. So just keep going until you have the whole tree as done as you want, or as your child wants. I know art can be kind of frustrating for some of our kids. Some kids don't really like it in the classroom, so don't try to fight it too much. We don't need to power struggle through it. If it ends up being a tree with just a couple brushes of green paint or whatever color they choose, and that's it, totally cool. It's kind of how things go at school too. The whole point is having them get through it and doing the activity. So really just kind of keep that in mind as you're going through it. with them. So like I said, I'm just using watercolor paint. If you guys have any other paints that your kids use at home, totally okay. It was just easy to grab this from Spectra. So. Great. So kind of have the tree on there with the green paint and the leaves. Like I said, doesn't look pretty. Yeah, if you would like to add the green on the bottom, like I did for the final example, I just cut a strip from the green paper to go on the bottom of the blue paper with the tree. And I also just kind of cut spots for the grass, kind of like this. So it kind of will, when you fold it up, it'll become like that. So I did that, just glue it on the bottom, and then glue the whole thing, just kind of the bottom half of the strip of green paper, since the top half would kind of get cut anyway. So glue that on, and then it's kind of the tree in the ground. So yeah, like I said, I cut all the way across and just kind of made that. I added flowers, added a sun to mine for the example. Feel free to have your kiddo do any of that, however they like. That's about it. And feel free to share it on Blooms with Alex. I'm also on there too. And just kind of show like what you guys are doing. That's totally cool. That's all I have. Thanks.